What's up guys, it's Jim with Digital Asset. Today. In this video we're going to talk about what is a PnD, or a pump and dump, and how is that related to Binance in particular, and what does that mean for you as a trader or an investor. And Josh just posted this, and some confusion, I think people looking for clarification, lots of people not really sure, lots of people maybe possibly upset, and yeah, I just want to make a little video about it. So, first off, what is a pump and dump? So pump and dump is basically when sort of like a group of insiders artificially inflate the price of some sort of asset, and then essentially once it has reached some sort of high artificial price, they start to dump it, i.e. sell it back to people that are still hoping to buy in hopes that it is still going to go up at a exaggerated rate. And then often this is sort of screwing over the public, or at least the dumb money, or people that have been misled in some instances. And it's also interesting to see that in the actual Wikipedia pump and dump page, cryptocurrencies is listed first as the first example. It says this is most common with small cap crypto. I can't talk. This is most common with small cap cryptocurrencies and very small corporations, i.e. microcaps. Sort of like penny stocks, which is where this sort of got started, right? If you guys remember the Wolf on Wall Street movie, Statton Oakmont would call people in the public, a bunch of rich, dumb people, and get them to buy, some crappy penny stock. And similar things are happening today in cryptocurrency, except for it's just a different mechanism, right? We're now using Twitter, and we're using Telegram groups, and all that sort of all that good stuff. So if you want to see what this looks like on a chart, I can think of nothing more apt that would exemplify this than Dogecoin. So Dogecoin is consistently pumped and sort of just grinds back down. It's usually pretty sharp over the course of a couple of days, right? Where it really gets its last dump. Like this one in particular it's pretty rough. Same thing, huge dumps, huge, losses in percent over the courses of days, 50%, etc. And if you're curious about how does this happen, who's actually doing this, what does this look like, what are the mechanics behind this? There's a Reddit post here which kind of goes through the mechanics of, particularly this is talking about the order book. Which is pretty good. And another example here, and I'll put this in the description below, but there's another PDF that's been floating around, which is supposedly a real life whale's account of how he would pump and dump Dogecoin, and how it's all manipulated. And could be made up, but it is certainly very, very convincing, if you ask me. So how is this related to Binance? What is Josh talking about? So I'm using BitScreener here. I'm filtering by exchange for Binance, and then these are coins that are less than 3 months old, meaning they were just added to Binance. And I could have sworn there'd be way more assets that were added, but this is all I'm seeing right now. And if you just look at these charts, boom, just added to the exchange, dumped. Added to the exchange, dumped. Big old pump. Now that's an interesting pump on the release, and then dumped. So you're just seeing a lot of this crazy, dump, flatline, pump, dump, flatline, blue Zell. I have no idea what that is. I don't know what any of these are, actually. So let's take a look at ZIL. I gotta love Binance's UI. You always feel like you're transported back into the 80s or something. It's pretty great. Sorry, back to business. Okay, so if you look at this, ZIL, BTC, its number one volume source is from Binance, with a third of its volume being traded on Binance. So if you are really interested in this asset, it can be a little disturbing that a third of it is tied up in this sort of crazy noob exchange. I don't know, I guess I shouldn't call it a noob exchange, but there's a lot of new money that's very excited about what's going on in Binance. And so if we look at a ZIL chart, here was added to the exchange, it lost 50% of its value in 4 days, right? Obviously very disturbing, again, if you're really interested in the long-term value of this asset. And then it gained 80%, over 80% in 15 days. So just an example of the kind of stuff that's going on Binance. And so what does this mean for you as a trader? Well, it's just slightly disturbing, right? Because Binance has a commanding lead in terms of trading volume compared to the other exchanges. And you see like stuff like, I think the number 2 asset is Tron, which there's some questionable, it's a little questionable, I guess, right, as to the value of Tron, debatable. And Binance coin is number 3, its own coin, which its only value is to be used as a fee for trading on Binance. And it's got a ton of trading volume. So just kind of interesting to look at, and make sure in particular you're protecting yourself against pump and dump schemes, and the only way to do that is to never take tips from anybody, right? If you always have to do your own research. You should always be looking at the value behind a coin. It's okay to make a quick buck, but make sure you realize what you're buying, because there's a lot of junk out there, and there's a lot of people that will manipulate you and try to take advantage of you. So that's it. If you like this kind of stuff, hit subscribe below. I'm going to be shooting out some videos with similar items in the future. I'm going to try to do this every couple days and just kind of provide some value for you guys. Thanks, and I'll see you guys later.